With the complementary model of board governance, we see the roles and responsibilities as staff being very different from the roles and responsibilities of the volunteer directors. So in most smaller organizations, and you're quite right, in most smaller organizations, volunteer directors, they want to get involved. They want to be part of the association, so they volunteer to serve on the board. What ends up happening is a lot of those boards are what are known as working boards. So by working boards, the president, the vice president, or chair, vice chair, however you call them, depending on the organization, they roll up their sleeves and they're doing all the work. The treasurer is actually preparing the financial statements and keeping track of the books. The secretary is the one who's taking the minutes at meetings. So everybody is working very hard on the operations, the actual running of the not-for-profit organization, which is all well and good if you're a small society and there's not a whole lot to do and maybe not a whole lot of members. But as that organization evolves and grows and the scope of work broadens, now it's time to hire paid staff. So, you would usually start by hiring your first staff person, which might be an office manager, an admin person, either part-time or full-time, all the way up to a full-fledged executive director or registrar or CEO or general manager, whatever you call them. But best practices in North America would be either a CEO, so that it's consistent with the corporate world, because what they do is exactly the same, so don't get me started on that, that's a whole other topic. But they're either referred to rightly as CEO or most commonly executive director. So then the board is responsible for establishing governance policies and strategic planning, and then you leave the operational administrative policies to the executive director, otherwise known as the chief staff officer, who handles that. Handles recruitment, hiring and firing, employee relations, right? The board technically only has one employee, and that would be the ED CEO. So that's kind of where the division of duties comes in.